finally did it, you guys. I broke into the admin building on the PMP server. Like, this is gonna be so awesome. I heard that there's so much cool stuff down here. Like, there must be like lots of stuff in here. Oh, well, that's weird. What's all this? Like stuff on the... Huh! What is that? You serious? Well, this must be where they keep all the cool stuff. Oh man, look at all the lanterns. This is gonna be crazy. Oh no. Hey people of the internet, Basically Cactus here, and you know what? Today I've got another wireless redstone tutorial for you, just as promised. And you might also notice, yes, I'm looking pretty shabby today. I finally got my skin all figured out. So, let's go ahead and get right into today's tutorial, shall we? Hey, real quick, if you're new to this series, we actually have 2 other videos before this one. So go ahead and click what you see on the screen there. And if you're on mobile, of course, we're going to have that in the description. There's also this new eye thingy, which is excellent because you can get links to everywhere and so many links, all the links. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to do a real quick recap. So you should know how to do all of this. You should have this down, okay? If not, again, you can hit those videos. So last week what we learned was how to use a fill clock to turn stuff on and to turn stuff off. Well, this week we are going to be learning about how to use scoreboard commands and the fill feature to do this. Oh wait, I can't go through. Well, why is that, you might ask? It's not because I forgot anything, it's because I want to show you something. That's right, it's not a bug, it's a feature. So first, we have to create a scoreboard command, which I will show you how to do, but let me show you what happens whenever I set my scoreboard. So I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to go up here and voila. Okay, so you're like, wait a second, I could use this like with passwords and like make sure that only certain people... Yeah, you'd be right. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, so last week we covered the fill command, so you need to know how to do a fill clock. If you have never done a fill clock before, I'm going to kind of go over it with you, but I'm not actually going to be completely rebuilding this. But we can go over how the actual fill clock works real quick. First of all, this is the first coordinate, just like we were setting coordinates before. And there's the second coordinate. And what this does right here is, okay, so this is filling a set of coordinates, the first set of coordinates and the second set of coordinates with a Minecraft redstone block. Damage value of 0, blah blah blah, you should already know this, and it's replacing any stone block within that area. Okay, so this one basically has the same thing, but it's switched just like I showed you last time, only you might notice there's a redstone block in between. So what happens here is this block and this block are fighting each other in an endless battle to replace with stone and to replace with redstone. So because we have this coordinate selected and that coordinate selected, anything in between them that is made of stone will start becoming part of our clock. I'm showing this to you because I want you to understand that you can actually use fill clocks as wireless redstone. Because in this, what we're going to learn is that we can set up a clock to be running a command block at the fastest tick speed possible for a clock in Minecraft, and it has no lag. You'll see right here that I have 13 chunks and the frame rate that I've set for fraps. 13 chunk updates, that's okay, right? And I've got more than one clock going on, and honestly, you can get that down to 0 with a few little tweaks. In any case, So you might see right here that this is already activated. So now that you know how to make the fill clock and everything, let's go in and actually look at how this is set up. So this right here is going to be testing for a scoreboard that has a minimum radius, and then it's going to be filling that with air. So you'll notice whenever I get within a certain distance, it will open. So you're asking yourself, okay, what's scoreboards? I may have heard of this, you know. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Now, these are not actually necessary to the contraption itself, but this is the easiest way for me to show you all the commands. So I'm going to do it this way for you. And I'm going to try to cover this as extensively as possible, but I don't want to actually get into the more advanced stuff that has to do with scoreboard commands, because honestly, that's an entirely separate series. So here we go. The first one, you need to create a scoreboard command, which means you must be op on a server. Of course, you'd have to be op on a server or op in your world to be able to do command blocks anyway, but here we go. So we have /scoreboard objective add a passkey. This is actually the name of the scoreboard, and then dummy is the type, right? So what this is saying is I'm creating a scoreboard objective, a scoreboard that is named passkey and is a dummy score. This means that it isn't actually connected to any action that I might do in the game and can't be changed by any other player except for someone that has access to change it. Which means that this could be your password, or this could be a special number, right? Or actually the score itself could be your a password or a number or whatever. Actually, well, it needs to be a number, but that's besides the point. So first, setting the score. We are /scoreboard, where you type in players and then set nearest player or your name if you want to, you know, make sure that it only goes to you, passkey, and then you're going to give it a score. The score is important because you're going to need this for testing later. So the great part about this is whenever we're talking about doors and, you know, testing for certain scoreboard objectives and what players have for a score, you could have, you know, several thousand of these so that everything is completely 100% unique, so that no one can open up your door but you or a set of people, right? Okay, so we need to set display for this score. So that's going to be scoreboard objective set display. Now there's a few different options here like list, but for purposes of demonstration, sidebar passkey. So sidebar is this over here, right? And then passkey is the scoreboard that we are going to be displaying. So now that we have that, over here, I'm going to tell you how to turn it off, because in a lot of tutorials that I've seen, they don't tell you how to turn it off, and it can get annoying just having it there. It's good to have for demonstration purposes, but not for, you know, everyday use, unless you want to display something like, you know, number of zombies killed, which you can do. Okay, so over here we are scoreboard objective set sidebar and then nothing, and that will get rid of it, just like that. Okay, and then I can reset my score with scoreboard objectives reset at nearest player or your player name and passkey, or whatever you set your scoreboard objective to be. Alright, so that's how to use the scoreboards for this. Now you need to understand what it's doing. So again, just to recap, this is a fill clock, so this is changing in between redstone and stone so that it's activating this clock at, you know, every single tick. So what this is doing, and this is getting a little bit deeper into the scoreboards, it's testing for at all players. Now it could be at nearest players, but I'm doing it at all. Scoreboard, and this is kind of short for scoreboard objective, underscore pass key, which is the name of our objective, equals 100. Now this right here, I'm putting a comma and then r equals 4. All that means is radius equals 4. That's all you need to know. So this is powering a comparator, which is going to power this. This is where we fill the specific coordinates that are our door, both set of coordinates, as air. So as I walk up next to it, whenever I get within 4 blocks, or a 4 block radius of this command block, it's important to have this near the door, or you could technically set it to a specific coordinate, but that's besides the point. Whenever that happens, it's going to fill with air. Okay, so now we know how we get it to fill with air, and that's great, and that might be functional for a few things, but then if it just stays there, then it lets anybody in the area. Maybe we don't want that. So to close it, we have the same thing over here, kind of. So this is same fill clock, right? And it's going to test for a scoreboard objective pass key that equals 100 with a minimum radius, or RM, radius minimum, however, equals 6, maximum radius equals 20, right? So RM for minimum radius and just R for the maximum radius that I'll look at. So this is only going to look at blocks in between 6 radius and 20 radius. Now you could do this tighter if you want, but for demonstration purposes, this is perfect. So what that's doing is filling that area with diamond block. It's basically undoing what the air did. So that's about it for that. Let's see, I just want to show you the formatting here. So this is part of your redstone block. Then you want to have a test for command running into a comparator that runs a command. So you could potentially do this kind of setup for a lot of things. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show that to you. Alright, so next week I'm going to show you how to do things such as these. I'm just going to let it speak for itself, because honestly, by now you should start to get a feel of the potential that you might have with scoreboard commands to do all kinds of things with wireless redstone. Well, hey, that's going to be about it for me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We really do care what you have to say, so make sure you comment. And you stay classy, Internet. Oh wait. You probably would like those video links, wouldn't you? Like, so you could maybe look at last week? Or how about you check out our network channel? Yeah, that's right. We have a network channel. It's PNP Gaming Network. There it is, right there on the screen. Go ahead. No, I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. No, it's okay. It's okay. You can do it. I trust you. I trust you. Yeah. You stay classy, Internet. Are they gone? Okay, I don't have any bloopers this week, but let me let you in on a little something. But this is just for you. This is only going to be on your video. No one else is going to see this. But check this out. Yeah, I can't exactly take credit for this, but it's going to be awesome. So make sure you subscribe. Alright, you stay classy.